Hello and welcome everyone. How are you? I guess you are doing fine, aren't you? Well, before beginning the class, I want to thank the students who are regularly submitting their homework. And mind you, you have to submit all the subjects' homework on 21st October. So get serious with your studies right now. Well, today we are going to finish the chapter Culture of Bangladesh, and we will review the chapter after finishing the class. Alright? So let's get started. In the last class we talked about pattern of Bangladeshi culture. Today we'll begin with impact of culture in individual and group life. Culture has a special impact on individual and group life. Culture develops beliefs, concepts, ideals, values, and controls the individual's behavior. For the interest of group life, culture makes the society strong and disciplined by teaching mutual cooperation, fellow feeling, and interdependence. Culture makes a person elegant and polished. It simplifies the development of an individual. Education is a part of culture, so culture creates desire in a person for acquiring knowledge. By getting educated, a man ensures welfare for himself and for his society. Now go to the second line of this passage, which says culture develops beliefs, concepts, ideals, values, and it controls the individual's behavior. In the meantime, you have already known about rural culture and urban culture. So you also know the difference between rural culture and urban culture and the features, the similarities between rural and urban culture. The rural people don't think about making large tall buildings. Rather, they think about a small house where they can live in peace and they can be happy. On the other hand, in urban areas, people try to make large buildings, tall buildings, and they often try to buy cars because they always try to raise their status with their income, and by the help of that they try to meet their demands and luxuries. So you can understand culture develops beliefs, concepts, ideals, and values, and it also controls the individual's behavior. So you can realize impact of culture in individual and group life. Well, now let's see some pictures on impact of culture in individual and group life. Well, here on the left side you can see a boat race, and in Bangla we call it Naukabaij. As Bangladesh is a riverine country, Naukabaij or boat race is a very popular game in village areas, and this is one of the most popular forms of entertainment for the village people too. Now, looking at the picture of the right side, you might get confused that whether they are fighting or doing something else. But in reality, they are not fighting, and the people who are watching, they are not enjoying a wrestling show. Rather, it's our national sport, Hadudu. Now, Hadudu is a familiar game in village areas of our country, but not quite familiar in urban areas. However, Hadudu is very popular in India nowadays because they have promoted this game and they have made it a popular sport all over the India. And you can watch this game in television too, because Hadudu, which is known as Kabaddi in India, is being popularized like cricket and football in India. Now on the next page we can see the most popular games in Bangladesh. On the left side you can see girls are playing football. Well, this is one of the major changes in present culture, that is not just boys or men are playing football or cricket, both men and women are playing football, cricket, and any other game. But it's a matter of sorrow that although our national sport is Hadudu, we don't popularize this game in urban areas or city life. We don't see people playing hadudu here and there. Now let's go to the next slide. In this country, the impact of culture on individual and group life is endless. For instance, according to the cultural customs and rules of Bangladesh, an offspring respects his parents, takes care of them. If he does not do so, the society condemns him. That means when you are born in a society, you have to respect your parents and respect your elders. Otherwise, the society is gonna condemn you. The society is gonna punish you. It is an expected culture of our society. In this way, our culture controls the individual behavior of the people of this country, provides guidance. Again, our social unity becomes stronger through the religious festivals. Cooperation, fellow feeling, and good thoughts develop among the people. Marriage is a major family and social ceremony in the culture of Bangladesh. Through marriage, kin relationship is created between two families. The social relationship that is formed through marriage has an obvious impact of culture. However, cultural impact differs from country to country, society to society. Now, you may wonder how cultural impact differs from country to country, society to society. So, in order to make it more clear, let's see a comparison. Here you can see two pictures of two different times. On the left side you can see a picture of Cricket World Cup 1992. And here all the captains of the participating teams are present. Now have a closer look. Can you find Bangladesh team? No. And please count how many teams or how many countries are participating in 1992 World Cup. Yes, 9. Now look at the picture on the right side. So this is a very familiar picture for all of you because in 2019 we all watched the Cricket World Cup. Anyway, can you please count the number of teams here? Yes, how many teams? 10. So in 1992 there were 9 teams and in 2019 there were 10 teams who were participating for the World Cup. However, can you find the captain of Bangladesh here? Yes, Mashrafi Mortaza was the captain of Bangladesh for Cricket World Cup 2019. And we all know our greatest all-rounder Shakib Al Hasan was the showstopper for Cricket World Cup 2019. He was magnificent in that World Cup. Anyway, what I am trying to say is, in 1992 we were independent, but at that time in our country football was the most popular game, but not cricket. So our cricket was not so developed at that time, but gradually cricket took the place of the most popular game, and now we all know we are quite good in cricket and we are capable of beating any other team of the world in any day. So that's the cultural impact, right? And if you have a closer look on the right picture, you can see the captain of Afghanistan team, which was not a participating team in 1992. So we all know Afghanistan cricket team is also improving day by day, and they are now producing players like Rashid Khan, who is a world-class player, right? Well, for your kind information, I want to add another thing, that is, in 1992, the captain of Pakistan was Imran Khan, and by his leadership, Pakistan cricket team won the first ever World Cup title. But now Imran Khan is not involved in cricket, rather he is the Prime Minister of Pakistan. So he is now in politics, unlike other cricket players. And there is a similarity in Bangladesh cricket team too. Like we all know, Mashrafi Mortaza is now a member of parliament in short MP. So he is also in politics. That means we have to remember culture differs from country to country, society to society, and culture is not stagnant, rather it is changeable. Right? With this, we are finishing this chapter, but let's review the chapter again. From culture of Bangladesh, now we can explain the concept of culture, explain the elements of Bangladeshi culture, explain the form and features of Bangladeshi culture, explain the types of Bangladeshi culture, analyze the effect of Bangladeshi culture on the personal and social life of Bangladesh, and retain and nurture our own culture. Alright? Well, let's see all the topics at a glance. First of all, we talked about what is culture, definition of culture, some examples. Then we talked about types of culture, concrete culture versus abstract culture, elements of Bangladeshi culture, examples of Bangladeshi culture and concrete elements versus abstract elements of Bangladeshi culture. Showing some examples, I proved that culture is not stagnant, rather it is changeable. Then in elements of Bangladeshi culture, we talked about the concrete and abstract elements of our culture are in no way isolated from each other. That means they are always together, or we can say they are mixed. Then we talked about Bangladeshi culture, forms and features of Bangladeshi culture, rural culture versus urban culture, cultural diversity. Moreover, we talked about how culture differs from country to country and what is the impact of culture on individual and group life. So that's all from this chapter, and your homework is to prepare 4 creative questions from this chapter. You will just write the stem and the questions. You don't need to write the answers. You will prepare only 4 creative questions. Alright? So thank you everyone. Be serious and don't waste any time. See you in the next class. Till then, take care.